Yeah, baby, this is where it all starts. Let's get out there and ball.
And boy, you can just hear the excitement. What a moment indeed. And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Welcome everybody to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and joining me to provide the analysis for what's sure to be another exciting year, Steve Kerr, the sharpshooter, and Clark Kellogg. And tipping off the NBA season, State Farm presents our starting lineups. First for the Mavericks, Collison is out there with Mayo, and holding down the middle out of Central Michigan University, the skilled and ambidextrous 7-footer, Chris Kaman. Then there's Marion, and it's Nowitzki in at the 4-man position. And looking at the Lakers, the star-studded backcourt of Nash and Kobe. And at center, the most dominant physical presence in the NBA, the elite defensive big man, Dwight Howard. Then there's Antoine Jamison, and it's Gasol in at the 4.
Well, last year was a struggle for Dallas. They lost Tyson Chandler in the offseason. And, the lockout condensed season was tough for them with the age of Kidd and Nowitzki. And I think where it really showed was on the road. Their performance in visiting arenas just wasn't what it was in previous years.
Mark comes in off the bench for his first playing time in an official NBA game.
He's one of the players who got a ton of attention leading up to the draft, and rightfully so. He's an amazing talent.
Yeah, Steve, he was high on every team's wish list. You knew somebody was going to make him a first-round draft choice, and this is it, his chance to show what he's capable of.
Here's Duhon, buries the long-range jumper. Duhon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Dante Jones. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, I think it's accurate to call the Dwight Howard situation a saga, and it has, at least for the moment, calmed down. A trade to the Los Angeles Lakers has now thrust them squarely into the championship picture. First, the acquisition of star point guard Steve Nash, and now the best center in the league. The tough Western Conference just got tougher. Kevin?
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris.
2 hands for safety, 1 hand if you want major elevation.
That's right. That's right.
You know you can get up higher with 1 hand. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It really is true. I mean, you can extend better with 1.
Well, whatever he did, whatever it was, it definitely worked, Clark.
Gets the bucket. Ebanks got his first points in this one.
Been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
Mark, with his first bucket in the NBA, what a feeling he's got to have right now.
Well, when we talk about him, we're talking about one of the best players out there, guys. He's worked and worked, and it's really paid off for him.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, can you believe how far this guy's come? He's made tremendous strides. If the question early on was how good can he be, we now know the answer is very, very, very good.
Morris kicks to world peace. In for the dunk.
Ammonia strong finish right there, partner. You hear me? That was ammonia strong.
Yeah, ripped it down with 2 hands.
That's about as high percentage as you can get.
Well, you look at the monster, and this is something about him that deserves recognition, I think, Clark and Steve. Some great work he's done in partnership with NBA Cares.
Well, that's an arm of the NBA that does so much for other folks, and it's great to see him involved with the program. It gives back not only locally, but all over the world with the work NBA Cares does.
I know, Clark, you're involved with that in the Indianapolis area with the Pacers.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's a great organization, guys. Players from every NBA team get involved, and it's really a wonderful way for teams to be involved with their communities. Well, he gives his team such a boost when he's on the floor offensively, Kevin. Here we go.
Here's Mark. No good. And that does it for the first half of play. Mavericks lead by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
66.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, I'm Damon Bruce. A great game going on out at Staples Center. For the Dallas Mavericks, they have the lead against the Lakers. A young NBA season, they're looking to climb over 500 with a win here. These guys are known for turning other teams over, and they got some light-fingered players. And this game is no different. And on the other hand, the Lakers are still alive. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. Antoine Jamison off to a rough start. His shot isn't falling. He's been ice cold. Thanks for tuning in. Now back to the action in Los Angeles.
Thanks for tuning back in as we get back to the action here in this NBA opener. Collison against Nash. Outside, Kobe. Feeds it to Jamison. Back to Kobe.
And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Mavericks trailed by 3. Here's the monster. Here's Kaman. That's good.
Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Now Nash. Outside, Kobe. The alley-oop pass. And it's Howard finishing it off.
There's one thing about the alley-oop. You can't fire the pass in there. You got to have some air under that pass. It needs a little hang time.
That's exactly right. A lot of finesse, just like that one was. Perfectly thrown.
And that's what makes the play so much fun to watch. There's finesse on the front end, but then power on the end.
Back to Kaman. Howard with the steal. Jamison left side. Outside Gasol. Nash outside. It's taken away by Collison. He's got a clear path. Jump.
Oh, ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
Now, here's Nash. Nash gets a screen from Kobe. Off the pick. And he hits the jump shot. 14 points for Nash.
I'm just so impressed with his focus, Kevin, because even with the defender flying at him, he still finds a way to hit those shots on the perimeter.
And you know, Steve, he's as level-headed a player as there is. If there's ever been an occasion when he's gotten flustered, I can't recall it. I've not seen it. Kobe has been sensational.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Boy, that's huge. Big foul shots to get them the 3-point lead.
Left side, Kobe. For 3. Misses the 3. So it's an arrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, Kevin Harlan saying see you next time.